All right, man.
All right.
Oops. Why are none of my? I'm opening Internet Explorer. Apparently, that's not what I wanted to do
And
at all.
it's telling you, do you want this to be your primary? No, get out.
Why can't I? Okay, there we go. I'm trying to swap Starboard. I'm opening like 9 different programs that are not Starboard. So sorry about this, guys. But here we go. Everything's fixed. This is potentially the last game of this series between FXO and killingSpree. Spawning here in the top left, pulling off what is almost a reverse all kill. It is the player Jig playing for killingSpree.
His opponent, perhaps priming up this whole time, gave you drinks and spotting as the yellow Terran for FXO.NA. It is a Drunknboi.
What do you
We'll
get with the drunken sailor? What do you get with the drunken sailor? Well,
We'll just see,
the
like,
thing is,
SCVs, just
I really feel if last game, if Power had done what he had done, but been better prepared at home, maybe a 3 barracks wall instead of the supply depot, I think he could have taken that game. But, you know, Jig has been playing so well today. Again, as we said, almost pulling a reverse all kill. Desro getting a nice 3-0 lead for FXO, and Jig just kind of saying, no. Grumpy Cat, no.
Well, the thing is that behind that Baleen bus, we had a Spire out, so Jig really needed to do some damage with it, because 2-base meter, if you just like commit so much gas to those Balings, he committed like 700 gas or something. Maybe not that much, but quite a bit of gas to those Balings. So if he just hit, like you're saying, if there was like just barracks there, and if you just hit barracks and like killed some of them, like that follow-up muta play would have been pretty kind of timid. So yeah, it's interesting if that game came out. We have a question in chat saying, casters, what are your favorite units and why?
Oh, easy. Reapers, Slash, and or Ghosts. And the reason for this is for no reason other than the fact that they're badass. I don't care about the actual mechanics of the unit. I don't care about their speed or nukes or anything. It's just the units, you listen to them talk, you listen to them do things, they're just cool, they're just awesome.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say Ghosts. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, I guess cinematic from StarCraft 1 was where the Ghosts and the Marines go into that, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the way they go into this like space station and they're there to I don't know, do some testing and stuff, and it's infested by Zerg, and the Ghost just looks so baller, and he just ends up like he's a afraid little guy.
Oh, Baldy,
you see the film clip.
I want to actually put out, this is really good by Jake, I like this, because A, it's limiting what Drunknboi can do. There's not a lot of Terran player, like if a Terran player doesn't have 2 gas, he's not going to have Cloak Banshee. So it's going to limit what's going to come his way, so if Hellion Banshee is going to be the opening, it's just going to be regular Banshee following this. But more importantly, this is causing a lot of distraction and a lot of scouting information for Jake. I mean, right now Drunknboi, he's just, okay, he's shooting out with Marines, that's what he should do, but the cancel for this doesn't cost you a lot of resources, and you can do this for a very long time. And the longer your Terran player's on 1 gas, the less he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, I was just thinking
SCVs are actually pre-pulled.
I was imagining just being like the Marines there, just shooting, like, what the hell is going on? Like, we're shooting this thing, but it just keeps coming back. It's just kind of like, sit there, just whatever. Yeah, I'll just shoot at this all day.
Yeah,
but,
well, it's like,
yeah, Ghost definitely my favorite.
You can't not do it. That's the thing. But okay, Jake behind this, he's not doing anything too crazy yet, but this is what he's kind of favored doing. Like, Jake just sits there and he gets his bases up, he gets his economy rolling. Almost plays a little bit like Hyun minus the 3rd base, where it's like, okay, I don't need units for a while, and as soon as I do need units, I'll have them on the field because I'll have like 19 larvae ready to go. But okay, so Drunknboi, let's talk about this, Baldy. He's still going to go for what looks to be, ooh, actually might be an elevator play? I'm saying because I don't see a tech lab down. Yeah, there's the medevac. This will be really nice because a lot of Terran players, yeah, look, the 3 queens at the front, the spine crawlers at the natural. There's not creep connecting the bases just yet, but these Hellions, actually, this is an Overlord very nicely positioned by Jig. I don't know that he's going to get in here very easily, but if he can, and if he does, he's going to get some roasty toasty McBarbecue, sorry to steal a phrase.
Roasty McToasty.
I've actually been saying roasty McToasty quite a bit.
Nice. Yes, it is a Zainism, as we say, one of the Southeast Asia's casters. But there is a small little window of opening between the Overlord and the Natural. He might be able to jump through, but generally... Actually, no, this second Overlord is going to come in. Wow, Jig's actually really on top of his Overlord placement.
I want to comment, this is kind of a build you see more Terrans use against Protoss than Zerg, but a Marine drop in the main can be just as effective as Hellions, especially if it draws the attention of the Queens, these 4 Hellions will go straight to the cutthroat, the heart of the natural, and take all of these workers. Alternatively, if the Hellions keep the Queens at the bottom of the ramp, these Marines will go unanswered. As right now, Jake has no real units, just Queens and a Spinecrawler. Drones being pulled, ready to deal with this, anticipating Hellions, but gonna find Marines. But Drunknboi, he's gonna get a lot of workers actually, Baldy. Look at this.
Yeah, that's huge.
7 drones
Hellions
picked off.
coming through. They won't be able to do anything. You've got the Queens down there. Total of 7 workers though. Nicely played. Does he
almost gets a queen? Oh my god! If he could have got that second queen, that would have been phenomenal for Drunknboi. But the damage is done. He's forced some Zerglings too. This was not a bad attack by any means. It wasn't the most cost-effective trade as we can see here, but he gets the workers, and there's no third base for the Zerg player. So workers are workers. Actually, that sounds incredibly stupid to say, but killing workers this important or this early is very important, and that sounds less stupid to say.
Definitely.
Now,
I mean, losing that medevac was perhaps a little bit unfortunate. We do have the Hellions coming through again, but the 3 Queen walls.
I don't like that he's going for Cloak at this point. His hand's kind of been shown that, okay, you know, he's got the starboard down with that medevac, so there's 5 Queens even roaming around. Let's make a patch Zerg joke, but more importantly, layers done. So it's going to be no problem to get an Overseer out to deal with this. And this is a large gas investment for that Cloak, which I kind of feel is going to get unused.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can kind of say, like, Cloak Banshee's really nice at dealing with infestors, but it's so early in the game that it's kind of like there's no necessary need to get it this early unless you're going to do pressure. And like you said, you know, there's so many Queens out on the field. They're going to have Overseers relatively soon with Lair. And, yeah, it's interesting. But he has something in store for us, obviously, so...
Well, you know, all playing aside, not knowing anything about Drunknboi, knowing what we've seen today about Jig, I'm rooting for Drunknboi. I want him to pull this off. And look at these Hellions, Baldy. They're going to try and filter through. There's no wall up, but the Roaches are here and going to drive them off.
Yeah, that Viking did actually get 2 kills before being taken down. Nice scan. He's going to get a few of these creep chambers,
actually,
but with 6 Queens out in the
chambers.
field, it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, but he's got to shut that creep down. I mean, the reality is you never want creep to get out and hit. Actually, this Banshee didn't even need to really cloak. That Queen was so low from that first attack with the Marines. And Jig being forced to evacuate the base 5 Queens here. This is... what the hell?
Yeah.
Freaking Zerg, man.
Overseer about to complete, so with that, this should be taken out relatively easily. But he could even just chill it behind both bases if he wanted to.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead space here.
I really like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead space you can hide in for now. These Hellions are going to confirm again. There's still no third up, so that's going to look a little bit better. But by knowing there's no third, and he's going to see a lot of Roaches, and he's going to know he doesn't have the appropriate anything at home to deal with this.
Oh, but the Hellions getting in the main! How much damage can he do?
Roaches have turned around to come home, Baldy. And it looks like Drunknboi...
Line him up!
Line him up! Oh, he's going to get a couple more kills, but they will be shut down. But the problem is, look at this. He's going for mech behind this, and he doesn't have units. There's a Banshee to hold this, a bunker to hold this. I don't know that he has enough for now. It's a simple question of units. Mech is really strong versus Zerg, there's no question about it. But the problem is, the tech labs aren't done. He's going to have no tanks, no Thors, Hellions, and 2 Banshees to hold off this many Roaches. It's doable, but it's not easy.
Quite a few Roaches. Now these Roaches, the longer that they kind of wait and all that, the more shots that these Banshees are going to have on them, which Banshees do so much damage versus them. It looks like he's going for it now.
And this command center is going to need to be lifted. The repair's a little bit late! Now the Hellions are going to do some splash damage to these Roaches, actually funneling in very nicely with the hold position on those SCVs. They should be able to keep the Roaches back for now. Tanks are coming out. There's another Banshee popping as we speak. Drunknboi should be able to hold this, but it's at the cost of so many workers, Baldy. He's lost so many workers for this. And this is the problem. 2 base Roach is so strong. Those tanks are going to pop.
Considering it was that kind of opening that he didn't have. Oh, here we go. That tank's going to get decimated straight away.
Immediately going to lose the tanks.
Could we be having a reverse all-kill fight from Jig? It's looking
actually, 3 Banshees. He's got 3 command centers, that's 3 rounded mules. He's not exactly behind because their Zerg player is still only on 2 bases. So actually, with these 3 Banshees, he should be fine, Baldy. It's not going to be fun. Siege tank.
35 workers killed, so it's now 23 workers to 52. But like you said, you know, triple mule. He's not out of it by any means, but we'll have to wait and see
our Zerg player, if he had a 3rd hatchery, he's getting it now. If our 3rd hatchery was already up and running, I'd say this is over. But more importantly, Jig is going for Roach drops. We got Ventral Sacks, we got Pneumatized Carpus on the way, and Mech can't deal with Roach drops, not very easily. 4 Banshees, though. I mean, this is actually retaining the Banshee from early on might just be what keeps him in the game. These 4 Banshees are going to be so strong, they can take these Queens on very easily, cloak or not.
They do have, but you know, the Observer's there, but it's a good point. I mean, Banshees, with this amount of Banshees, even if you are like being hacked down, like you have so much damage potential. They're going to be able to
shut down.
Even
he should kill this. Yeah. If he doesn't kill it, he will force cancel. I don't know why he's cloaked. Kind of feels like a waste of energy right now, but oh well, you know, what you gonna do? But this is the thing, if Drunknboi keeps him on, just 2 bases. 2 base Roach eventually starts to fall off.
Cancel.
Oh, those Queens are so close. That 1-4 Banshee might go back. No!
They have so much energy though.
He needs every Banshee though. Look at this. The Roaches are coming. There's siege mode on the way, but it's okay. Just now finishes. With these siege tanks, actually, Drunknboi should be able to hold this. He should be able to hold this, but he's still going to suffer severe losses. The problem is, once those Overlords start dropping, these tanks, you know, the thing about the Roach drop is it cuts out the tank damage. And once the Roaches are landing on the tanks, it's just friendly fire at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually the Overlords will pick up the Roaches to save them, Baldy. Drunknboi has no anti-air, he has no Thors, he has no nothing. Oh my god. The Overlords, we need like the Cry of the Valkyries to play, like dun 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 dun.
But they're not going to be here in time.
This is going to get so messy, but he doesn't have a lot of Roaches here. That's the one saving grace here for Drunknboi. There's not a lot of Roaches in this, but these tanks, these SCVs, yeah, already pulled. They need to repair, they need to soak damage, whatever they can do. But I don't think it's going to be enough. The Banshees are trying to do what they can, but a lot of Roaches are just killing the tanks immediately.
57 workers have been killed. This is an absurd amount. The second tank, there's only 2 more tanks left on the field. One's about to go down.
Without Thors, you can't hold this. Like,
so much damage.
The Banshees are still doing a lot to clean this up, but again, he's lost so many workers. 58 workers picked off at this point. And I can't believe it, Baldy. We may just be seeing a reverse all kill. Desert started the day strong for FXO, giving them a huge lead, but I guess, you know, the other guys, they just can't deal with Zerg.
We do have 2 more Overlords full of Roaches going to be landing on this tank, take it down instantly. And with that, you look at the units, there is only 1 Viking and 3 Banshees. These Banshees literally really the only defense against these Roaches, and there's only 18 workers on the field. This is just such a bad spot for Drunknboi. I mean, look at that workers.
Oh my goodness, they're burrowing the Roaches too. Seeker kind of saying, alright, I see how this is going. But yeah, I just again, it's that situation where the Terran player is just shy of having units. The Roaches hit at the perfect time.
Burrowed as well.
Yeah, tunneling glass being really cool. Nice racer. But no, seriously, all jokes and patch queen things aside, like Jake played so well today. He, pulling off a reverse all kill, the pressure is on you so heavily to do something like that, and to be able to do this killing spree, I think I got my wish earlier for that little bit of an upset.
I mean, the only real way that this would have been more pressure on Jig is if it was 4-0, but 3-0 is still a big play. And with these tanks on the high ground, yes, he will be able to hold on 1 base, but you look at that, the 3rd base has been established. We do have quite a nice tech going on the way. GG, well played, congratulations, and oh my god, Jig has done it. Reverse all kill, 5 of the best of FXO.NA have been taken down.